I was watching a reality dating show last night, and a farmer is presented with several ladies to choose from. One in particular was very overpowering and controlling. It got me to thinking, is this a red flag and the farmer should run? So, I know it's complicated, but could you do some research on red flags and how to spot them when you first start dating to protect your relationship well-being?
Controlling behavior often starts very subtly, almost like little things that might seem harmless at first but gradually add up. So let's dive into relationship red flags. Cause, impact, remedy.
How does controlling behavior start?
Controlling behavior slowly chips away at your sense of independence and self-worth. You may find yourself feeling isolated from friends and family, anxious about making simple decisions, or walking on eggshells to avoid conflict. Over time, this can lead to chronic stress, lowered self-esteem, and a growing dependence on your partner's approval, which undermines your emotional well-being and freedom.
So what are we looking for?
Someone might start by wanting to know where you are all the time, asking for constant updates or check-ins. Or they might say things like, "Why didn't you tell me you were going out with your friends?" Or, "I don't like it when you spend so much time with your family." It can feel like they're just being caring, but really, it's about limiting your freedom. They might also try to influence how you dress or look, maybe making comments like, "You'd look better if you wore this," or, "I don't like it when you wear that." It's a way to control your appearance and, by extension, your confidence. And sometimes it goes further, discouraging you from seeing friends or family, isolating you bit by bit, so you become more dependent on them. It's important to notice these signs and reflect on whether the relationship feels balanced and supportive. Financial control is another red flag. They might question every purchase you make or insist on managing your money, which can leave you feeling powerless. The key effect here is that over time, these behaviors erode your independence and self-esteem. You might start doubting your own choices or feel guilty for wanting space. It's important to recognize these signs early because setting boundaries can be really effective.
So what should you do?
Saying something like, "I appreciate your concern, but I need time with my friends to feel balanced," can help. If your partner pushes back or makes you feel bad for asserting yourself, that's a serious warning sign. Perhaps not to run, but certainly to evaluate if it's a healthy start to your relationship.
Gaslighting is a term we hear a lot these days, but it can be tricky to spot. How can someone tell if they're being gaslit early on, and why is it bad?
Gaslighting is a form of emotional manipulation where someone makes you doubt your own perceptions or memories. Gaslighting creates deep confusion and self-doubt, making you question your own memories, feelings, and judgment. This emotional manipulation can leave you feeling anxious, insecure, and mentally exhausted. It often erodes your confidence to the point where you rely heavily on your partner's version of reality, making it harder to trust yourself or seek help.
So what does this look like?
It's really sneaky because it often starts with small things. For instance, you might remember a conversation clearly, but your partner insists it never happened or says, "You're imagining things." They might say, "I never said that," or "You're just being too sensitive." Another common tactic is trivializing your feelings. They might respond to your concerns with, "You're overreacting," or "It was just a joke, don't be so dramatic." This makes you question whether your feelings are valid. Sometimes they shift blame onto you, saying things like, "If you weren't so insecure, I wouldn't have to lie." This can leave you feeling confused and anxious, wondering if you're really the problem.
What can we do about it?
One way to protect yourself is to keep a journal of incidents or conversations that feel off. Writing things down helps you trust your own memory and feelings. If your partner consistently dismisses or denies your reality, remember, your feelings are valid, and you deserve to be heard and respected.
Everyone has a right to privacy, but sometimes secrecy can be a problem. How can someone tell when it's a problem?
That's a really important distinction. Healthy relationships definitely need some privacy. Everyone deserves space for themselves. But when secrecy starts to interfere with trust, it becomes a problem. When a partner keeps secrets or hides parts of their life, it breeds mistrust and emotional distance. You may feel excluded, suspicious, or uncertain about the relationship's honesty and future. This lack of transparency can cause ongoing anxiety and prevent the development of genuine intimacy and security.
What behaviors are we looking for?
For example, if your partner guards their phone obsessively, changes passwords, or hides their screen when you're nearby, that's suspicious. Or if they have social media accounts you don't know about, or they're vague about who they're talking to or where they've been, it can signal they're hiding something. Another sign is when they avoid introducing you to important people in their life, friends, family, coworkers, even after several months together. This pocketing behavior often means they're not ready to fully commit or are hiding aspects of their life. Secrets create emotional distance. When you don't know what's really going on, it's hard to build trust.
What can we do?
If you notice these patterns, it's okay to gently ask questions like, "I've noticed you don't talk much about your work friends. Can you tell me more about them?" How they respond can tell you a lot. If they get defensive or change the subject, that's a warning. Sometimes a partner may want to know where you are at all times, make decisions for you, or discourage you from spending time with others. Over time, this can make you feel less independent and more anxious about your choices. If you notice these patterns, consider having an open conversation about boundaries and what a supportive relationship looks like for you. If things don't improve, it's okay to seek advice from trusted friends or professionals.
So if someone starts to see these red flags, they should check their partner's background?
A delicate balance is needed here. You want to protect yourself without invading privacy or creating mistrust prematurely. Taking steps to verify your partner's background can provide clarity and peace of mind, helping you avoid surprises that might threaten your safety or trust. However, if you discover inconsistencies or concerning information, it can be emotionally challenging and may prompt difficult decisions about the relationship's future.
So how does this work?
One way is to do a little social media digging. Look for inconsistencies between what they say and what's posted online. Are there pictures or posts that don't add up? Do their friends or family appear genuine and consistent with what you know? You can also use public records to check for any criminal history or legal issues. Many countries have online databases that are free to access. Just search their name along with terms like arrest or lawsuit. Perhaps it's overkill, but checking early can help avoid issues later. Unfortunately, people often build misleading profiles, so it doesn't hurt to know what you're getting into. It's also okay to casually ask mutual friends or coworkers questions like, "How long have you known them?" or "What are they like?" It's not uncommon to want to know the real person, and their friends will often be forthcoming. This can give you insights without seeming intrusive. The key is to avoid stalking or hacking, which can backfire. In most cases, keep it light and carefree, but if you feel you need more detailed information, consider a professional background check service.
I suppose sometimes there are enough red flags that you need to end the relationship.
Yes, if you find yourself hesitant to express your opinions or feelings, constantly apologizing for your partner's actions, or making excuses for them to friends and family, those are important signs to pay attention to. When your happiness depends on always trying to keep the peace or putting your own needs aside, it's time to reflect on whether this relationship is truly supportive. Recognizing when a relationship is affecting your mental or emotional well-being is crucial. Staying in a relationship that doesn't feel balanced or healthy can lead to increased stress, low mood, and a loss of self-confidence over time. Choosing to step away is an important step toward reclaiming your sense of self and opening the door to more positive, fulfilling connections.
How do you do this? Leaving a relationship that feels unsafe or unhealthy could be incredibly difficult. How can someone prepare to leave in the safest way possible?
Leaving an unhealthy or overly controlling relationship can be one of the bravest and most challenging choices you'll make. The time around a breakup can be emotionally intense, so it's important to plan ahead and have support in place. Try not to share your plans until you feel ready and have a safe place to go, whether it's with a trusted friend, family member, or another supportive environment. Prepare essentials like identification, money, and important documents. If you have children or pets, include their needs in your planning. Arrange transportation ahead of time. Keeping a record of concerning incidents can also be helpful for your own clarity and, if needed, for future conversations. When you feel ready to leave, try to do so at a time that feels most comfortable for you. Remember, your well-being comes first. Reach out for support. There are organizations and helplines available to guide you through this process. You can find support by searching for relationship support services along with your country name. Leaving is a process, and it's okay to take your time and seek help along the way. Your well-being and healing are what matter most.
If you know someone who is perhaps going into a potentially poor relationship blindly, you can help by sharing this video. Please like and subscribe to help our channel.
Recognizing red flags isn't about being suspicious or paranoid. It's about respecting yourself enough to walk away from harm and choose love that feels safe and supportive. You deserve that, and we're here to help you find it.
Remember, a healthy relationship should make you feel safe, valued, and free to be yourself. Your mental and physical well-being always come first. In the most heartful sense, please take care.